CLG's RDS and VRDS technology. Again, you can get about 50% resid conversion, and you need this technology to make feedstocks for RFCCs and also the growing demand that you have for things like low sulfur fuel oil. I talked about bunker fuel specs. Also, Mr. Sain talked about the NRP project, for example, where there's a need for low sulfur fuel oil for power requirements. The RDS process can allow you to do that. Again, in the RDS, VRDS platform, it's a very old platform, but there have been innovations. We have technologies like the UFR, the upflow reactor, and the OCR, which allow you to either push the dirtier feeds into the system or extend catalyst lives or get more out of your unit. And you can put this into grassroots units or you can put them into revamped units. Hydrocrackers, they're really the heart of any hydroprocessing unit. And you can see how hydrocrackers have evolved over the years. Chevron was involved in the invention of hydrocracking back in the 1960s. And today it remains one of the hearts of any modern refinery is hydrocracking. And again, you can see how things have evolved. Feeds have gotten dirtier, materials have gotten better, and so units have gotten bigger. And so there has been a real evolution in the way hydrocrackers have been applied to modern refineries. Again, there's a lot of process innovation. Hydrocrackers are very flexible. You can apply them to almost any sort of a situation that one has. But in general, if one has the dirty feeds and one is trying to make diesel fuel, the configuration most used is a two-stage recycle unit. It's the most flexible, and you see it most often when you have the dirtiest feeds trying to make the cleanest products. Technology innovation, it happens in catalysis. And I'm hoping Dr. Marafi will ask me some questions about that. But the catalysis, what's represented here is over 50 years of innovation in catalysis, where things not only become more selective, in other words, you can make more of the products that you're trying to make, but the catalysts become more active. In other words, you can do more with that catalyst. You can either get longer life, you can feed dirtier feeds, and so on. So catalyst innovation is a key part of what goes on in all of these technologies. The power of revamps. In a lot of cases, we're only talking about grassroots units, but really for an existing refinery that has been there for decades, how do you improve its profitability? How do you make it more competitive? Well, in a case like this, this is KNPC's Mina Ahmadi refinery, where they have a decades-old hydrocracking reactor. They applied new technology in the reactor internals, they applied new catalyst, and they're able to make it very profitable and competitive in the current marketplace. And I'll show you some results of what that looks like. Finally, in sort of the suite of technologies, lubricant base oil. In order to make premium base oil, you have to have hydroprocessing. There's just no other way around it. And you need all three technologies, really. You need hydrocracking to increase what's called the viscosity index of the base oil. You need catalytic dewaxing to lower the pour point, and you need a hydrofinishing step to make it, to do the final polishing to make it water white. And again here, there has been decades of innovation in catalysis. It has taken millions of dollars of R&D and time and effort to have not one, but 2 and 3 and 4 generations of catalyst, because you need to keep improving your product in order to be able to keep up with the marketplace. Earlier, I talked about Chevron in the Gulf and how we've been around since 1937. Here I'm showing the CLG hydroprocessing technologies in the Gulf. And pretty much all of our technologies that I talked about are represented in the Gulf. So let me give you a few examples. Here in Kuwait, we talked about the NRP and CFP projects. And again, God willing, we hope these projects go forward. Certainly the Supreme Petroleum Council has given its okay. But when they do, we'll have the world's largest RDS complex, and they'll all have the UFR enhancement that I talked about earlier, and they'll be making low sulfur fuel oil for power generation. And when they're done, they'll increase KNPC refining capacity to 1.4 million barrels per day. But not only is KNPC applying latest technologies to its grassroots refineries, it has also recognized the power of revamps in its existing refineries. For example, at Mina Abdullah, it put in the OCR process in front of its fixed bed resid process. And I talked about the Mina Ahmadi, the reactor internals project. Well, we're going to do the same at Mina Abdullah later this year. And what can a revamp achieve? And here's a remarkable story. The refinery noticed the price of ATK or kerosene going on a rise, and they're able to invest in new internals and new catalysts, and they're able to pay out a project like this in 3 months. It's just a phenomenal job. What's going on in Saudi? We have the Yanbu, we have the Jubail, we have the Jazan projects. All three of them have more than 100,000 barrels a day of two-stage hydrocracking capacity for maximum distillate with the latest isocracking catalyst. And they'll all be coming on stream in the next 5 to 10 years. And talking about the theme of partnerships, there are partnerships with Total and there are partnerships with Sinopec. And then at Yanbu again, we have a lube oil refiner called Lubref. This is a partnership between Saudi Aramco and private investors. And they are currently in sort of the conventional base oil market, but they will upgrade to an all hydroprocessing base oil, and they'll be making premium base oils so that they can be prepared for the future. Finally, we have the example at Bahrain, Bapco. Again, they looked at the market for distillate and premium base oils, and they've applied two-stage hydrocracking technology along with isodewaxing, and they have a sort of an integrated plant with hydrocracking and base oil, making not only premium fuels, but premium base oils. So in conclusion, the opportunities in refining will be driven by market and environmental trends. And I think I've showed you how that looks. And the emerging and surviving refineries will make full use of technology, especially hydroprocessing. That's why I call it the bridge technology. And there'll be continuing use of partnerships. And I feel that Gulf refineries are ideally suited and have demonstrated the ability to capitalize on these opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baharat. I would like to go back to the old strategy. We'll continue with the other speaker, and then we will open question and answer later. The third speaker is Mr. Khalifa Al-Suwaidi. He is the He is currently the CEO of Qatar Fertilizers Chemicals, QAFCO. Okay. Mr. Suwaidi graduated in '84 from Arizona State University, USA, as a chemical engineer, and then he joined the fertilizers in Qatar. Currently, Mr. Suwaidi holds various other positions as follows: Director Board of Qatar Petroleum, Director Board of Industries Qatar, and Chairman Technical Committee, International Fertilizers Association, IFA, Member of Board of Director of the Arab Fertilizers Associations, and Member of Board of Director of Gulf Petrochemicals and Chemicals Association. Please, welcome.